Good morning. I trust you're doing well this Friday morning, and I'd like to start off our day with a psalm. I love the psalms in the morning because they help me work through to a right view of God and a life full of praise and thanksgiving to Him. But there's some days where I don't feel that way, and I wonder, where is God? I don't sense His favor. I feel darkness over my life. I can't pinpoint it. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know of any sin that's in my life or anything that I'm neglecting. But I wonder, has God forgotten me? And I may not express it out loud, but it's really the way I feel. And this is the way the psalmist starts out, and then he works through in Psalm 77 what the real problem is and how to address it. Notice what he says in verse 7 of Psalm 77. He says, "Will the Lord reject forever and never again show favor? Has His faithful love ceased forever? Is His promise at the end for all generations? Has God forgotten to be gracious? Has He in anger withheld His compassion?" Well, we can intellectually say, I know that's not true, but it is how we feel. And it may not be often for you, but I think for all of us, we do experience those times where we wonder, God, where are you? I don't sense it, I don't feel it, and I'm not sure what's wrong. And I think what the psalmist works through and it exposes about our problem is not that God has forgotten us. It is that we have forgotten God. And we do this in three ways. First of all, we forget what He's done. Look back over your life, all of the things that God has done for you. And when you start going through that, you'll be reminded of things that are just uplifting and encouraging and helpful to you. Secondly, we forget who He is. All of His names, all of the descriptions of His character, all of His attributes that are listed throughout the Bible. This is who God is. And what that produces when we go to that point is praise to His name. And finally, we forget what He's promised. We forget what He's promised. I look at God's Word and I see it as a book full of promises. And what that produces is hope and anticipation. So God has not forgotten you. You know that. You may not feel it, but you know that. The problem is you and I have forgotten God. We have forgotten what He's done. We have forgotten who He is, and we have forgotten what He has promised. And when we rehearse, just as the psalmist did through these things, what will come out of that will be thanksgiving and praise and hope and anticipation. Now, I'd love to say that I learned this one time and it's lasted the rest of my life, but I find that going through the Psalms and letting them wash over my soul is a necessary thing every morning. And I hope this psalm, Psalm 77, is an encouragement to you today. Have a great weekend.